All right, guys, let's get right into it. This is another Big CJ Reviews. This is a job I did about 2 months ago back in March. As a returning customer, I helped about 3 or 4 times. We are doing labor and delivery. So we're going to be moving a lot of furniture around throughout the house. We're going to be moving some appliances to a rental property that's like 1 mile away. And then we're also going to move a refrigerator to a friend's house of the customer, which is also about 1 mile away. So only about a 3 mile route. I did not use my wife on this job because it did involve stairs and some heavy furniture. So I used my partner, Rosnel, and had him bring his box truck. We use his box truck to move these appliances. So again, I said this before, I'm not gonna say it all the time, but I do a lot of jobs that you guys don't see. These are the jobs that I'm showing you. I document everything I do. I don't document every job for YouTube. So this is what I do regardless of YouTube or not. I take my phone and I record the customer telling me what I'm going to do. I have that recorded. I do have an external hard drive that I save jobs like this on. I keep it for at least 2 years. All right. So that's just in case any complaints or anything like that. But I let the customer tell me what they want me to do on video. So I have it documented. So that's what I'm about to show you right here. These videos and pictures are not in order, but I'll explain as we go. And also I'm trying this new software that is free, and it's going to allow me to record the sound as well. So you hear the sound from the computer. The other program I use that's free, it won't let you, I can't record myself and the sound from the computer. So this one I can. So hopefully this works out good. All right, let's get right into it.
Empty and unplugged, it's going to go to the rental.
Got it.
And you're going to exchange it for the one that's in the rental.
Okay.
And that one's going to go to a neighbor down the street.
Gotcha.
You're going to drop it off to her.
Okay.
Which maybe you did last time too. This table,
okay,
I'm 99% sure is going to go on the curb.
Okay.
These blinds are going to go on the curb. I'm pretty sure. I'm saying that because I'm vacillating a little bit, but okay, you don't need to take your shoes off.
Vacillating? All right. I don't know what that means. Vacillating?
Cedar Canyon. Okay. There are 2 pots.
I'm about to look that up.
Potted plant pots.
Okay.
Do I need to show them to you?
No, I know what you mean.
Okay, and they're just chipped. They need to go to the curb. There's
Okay.
a red one and a green one.
Gotcha.
They're just too heavy for me to carry.
All right.
In here, this is a Tempur-Pedic bed with an adjustable frame.
Okay.
And a friend and I did the best we could to get this rug underneath here. It's not centered on the wall. The rug is funky underneath.
Gotcha.
And I can help. Like, you guys could kind of lift it barely and
Just get it centered. Okay.
And
so Tempur-Pedic beds, you guys know, are very, very heavy. She just wants us to move the bed, either move it or lift it so that she can center the rug. So that's the type of work we're doing. Not really hard, but there is some labor. This is a 2-story house, so there's stairs as well. There's a washer and dryer that we have to bring downstairs, stuff like that. So that's another reason why I didn't use my wife on this. But the job's really easy. And these are the type of jobs you have to do. If you want to make $300, $400, $500 in one day or just one job, this is the type of work you got to do. So this is why I'm able to profit so much. These are jobs you guys don't see. I never showed you guys this job, but this is the type of jobs I'm doing outside of YouTube. So I'm profiting like crazy. So anyways, yeah, man, you gotta be willing to do jobs like this to really make big money.
move this over.
Okay.
This rug is going out to the garage, I think, for this whole garage thing that I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'll fix this.
So we're upstairs now.
This is a footstool.
Okay.
It needs to go down to the garage.
Okay.
These beds are going to go into this bedroom across.
Okay.
Because there's a bed at the rental that's a queen size bed that's going to come, is going to either go to the curb or you dispose of it. Do you dispose of it?
I can, yeah.
You said yes. So this is the washer.
It'll be cheaper if
It's going to go down to the garage.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't remember what I said. It'll be cheaper. That washer and dryer, there was a guy, I was going to take it just to make some money off of it because those are front load. These are pretty heavy. I was going to take it to dump it just to make extra money. But the customer's neighborhood has bulk pickup in like 2 days. So a lot of people are putting all their furniture and stuff on the curb and people are driving around grabbing stuff. So a lot of times bulk pickup day, people take almost everything before they get there. So she wanted us to just put this at the curb. And we saw a guy in a pickup truck with a trailer and he was going around looking for appliances like this. So we were nice enough to let him have it. We gave it to him. We took these downstairs. We used a shoulder dolly and loaded his trailer up. So that's how we got rid of those. All right, so this is the backyard shed. We're gonna put a couple of boxes and furniture in there. So this job's pretty easy. Just a lot of moving stuff around. And I did use my hand cart right there. And we use these, we move these bases. They're pretty heavy. So the hand cart came in handy. All right, so this is how my hand cart look. We're just moving stuff. So this is a lot of stuff that's in the garage. We're just taking it to the back shed. And then Rosnel has a hand cart just like this. So double as fast. So I always take photos of, as you can see, that fridge is gone. We already moved the fridge. We put it in Rosnel's box truck. We cleared out the garage. We moved those blinds that she wanted and all that stuff that was right here. These are the photos that I send the customer when I'm done. So that's the walkway, the pathway. Pretty clear. We had to go through the dirt, but it was no issues with that. And that's the backyard shed. And this is not how it looked when we're done, but I mean, we filled these up. We put this in here, we put boxes here and filled this up with a bunch of stuff. All right, so this is the other fridge from the rental property. So we already went to the rental property. We grabbed this fridge, loaded it in Rosnel's box truck, and we drove like 1 mile down the street. This is the customer's friend. So they wanted it in the garage. So very easy delivery. That's what this is. So this is an added job, not added job, but it's part of the job. And we're getting paid for the labor as well as the delivery. So I think we're charged, I want to say we were charging around $60 or $70 per hour, somewhere around there. So yeah, I love these type of jobs. So this customer gave us this organic roasted seaweed. Never had that in my life. Some people say it's good. I didn't want to try it. I didn't want to try it. I think I gave it to my kids. So that stuff don't look good, look nasty. She also gave us these drinks. I did not try that either. Sparkling water. All right, so this is the rental property, and I'm just doing a walkthrough again. I'm doing a walkthrough. I'm showing you guys. Well, I'm not showing you guys, but I'm documenting what we're doing, and I'm showing Rosnel what we're doing as well. He's right behind me.
Okay. This goes in the truck.
Okay.
And these in the truck.
So this washer we took. The dryer we ended up leaving because it was gas. I didn't know it was a gas dryer. So I don't mess with those. Technically by law, Texas law, you're supposed to have a license to install or uninstall any gas appliance. I know a lot of people do it without a license, but just to cover yourself, especially in a lawsuit or any type of complaint, if you don't have a license, I wouldn't mess with it. So that's why on the gig apps, they don't allow you to mess with gas appliances either. So anyways, Rosnel said he knew how to do it, but he was having difficulty. And I was like, you know what? Hey, let's leave it alone. I don't want to take any chances of messing up a gas line.
And no light.
So this bed is going to go to that first house where those 2 twin beds were. We're going to put this bed in there.
All this in the truck. That's it.
So this house is vacant because, like I said, it was a rental property. The tenants moved out. This customer's actually selling the house. So that's why we're taking a lot of stuff out. It's pretty much empty. All right, so this is the backyard of that same house that we just looked at. Back here, hopefully you can see my cursor. There is a shed. That is not part of the job. I did not agree to do that. The customer's going to ask us if we could tear that shed down and put it to the curb for bulk pickup. So usually when you do jobs like this, a lot of times a customer will add more things. You could say no, or you could say yes. So in this situation, we said yes, we'll do it. So this is, like I said, the rental property. This is where that fridge was, the black one. We took it to her friend's house. So the original plan was that first fridge at the very beginning. That first fridge was supposed to go here, but it was too tall. It would not fit. It came up to like right up here. So it was too tall. And so we end up taking that fridge back to her house. And the fridge that was by the door, let me just go back so I can show y'all. Yeah, this one right here. This fridge right here, we ended up, let me go all the way back.
Empty and
Right here.
unplugged. It's going to.
So this fridge was supposed to go to that rental property. It was too tall. It didn't fit. So we brought it back here and we switched it out with this one. We put this one right here and we took this one to the rental property. So it was just a little switcheroo. All right, let me get back. So this is how Rosnel parked right in front, and we're putting all the stuff that she doesn't want, we're putting at the curbside, and people are driving by and snatching stuff up. So it's not there long. All right, so this is what I was talking about. This is Rosnel trying to disconnect the gas dryer. And after a few minutes, I saw we wasn't making no progress. I said, you know what, man, let's leave it alone. We're going to leave it there. So I'm like, you know what, let her hire a professional to do that or have somebody else do it. But I don't want to be liable for that. So we tried, but we decided not to take it. And customer was cool with that. I was standing back just in case there's an explosion. I had to get back. All right, so this is how it looked when we finished. So again, these are the photos that I send the customer. I send them an email of everything we did and, you know, to prove that we did the job. All right, so this is the backyard. This gate right here is pretty small. So trying to get stuff through here is pretty difficult. I think we had to lift something. I think the shed, part of the shed, when we took it in pieces, we had to carry it over this. We couldn't go through. So this is the garage. There's some stuff back here in this little back room that she wants us to take to the first house and also set to the curb. So just stuff like this, take it to the curb, junk. So a lot of this stuff is going to her house in the shed. So we're going to load up Rosnel's box truck, and then the rest of the stuff is just getting thrown away. So all these we're taking with us. This whole table, not the paint, but just the whole table. So this is the shed I was talking about, really small. We weren't prepared, but thankfully these were just like a Phillips screwdriver. So we just used a power drill. I think I recorded a little bit of it. This base right here was really nasty. Nasty with bugs and mildew, water damage. It was nasty. So anyways, I mean, you could take a sledgehammer to this, but we just took, it was a couple screws on the roof that we took off. Yeah, here we go. So Rosnel had a power drill. Once we took those screws out, it came right apart. So this was an added service, and the customer paid extra for this. So that's how it looked, these pieces right here. So we put all this to the curb. Center blocks as well. She wanted us to get rid of the center blocks. Those are really heavy. Those are really heavy. You can only put a few of those on there. I don't know what Rosnel said right there. All right, so this is that base that I was talking about. I think was nasty. She wanted us to take this to the curb as well. That thing was super heavy. It was so wet that it just made it twice as heavy. So we didn't really have a way to take it. Shoulder dolly wasn't going to work. The dolly wasn't going to work. A furniture dolly wasn't going to work because of the gravel. We didn't really have a way to roll it. So it's okay to say no. Like you could tell a customer, I'm not moving that. I don't want, either I don't want to move it or I'm not moving it. It's too heavy, or I'm going to charge, you know, $100 per person to move that, you know. It was really heavy. So anyways, it had to stay. And like you got to either hire somebody else or break it down maybe. I need a sledgehammer. I don't have a sledgehammer. I have to break it down. But like I said, this wasn't part of the initial job. So it's okay to say no. So that's what happened here. So we put it back down. I just lifted it up to see how heavy it was. It was super heavy. This thing was nasty. It was I think we killed a lizard or something too. When we stepped inside to like do the screws and everything. Oh yeah, there it is right there. See that right there? It's a dead lizard. We smashed it. It was underneath the wood, so we smashed it. So as you can see, this walkway, it's just really hard. It would be really hard to move that thing. You need like 4 people to move. And then she had that gate in the way. The gate was really small. All right, so this is what the curb looked like. That's a lot of stuff. Most of this stuff disappeared. A lot of stuff disappeared, like this mirror, stuff like that. People were grabbing stuff. So that fan. So by the time bulk pickup come, half the stuff gone. So I would say we spent probably about an hour at each location. So originally you saw Rosnel's box truck was parked on the street. We were loading from the door from here. We were bringing stuff out. He eventually moved to the driveway because, again, we were going to the garage and getting stuff out and in the backyard. So we just shorten the trip, make it easy as possible. So we just cleaned out the garage. As you can see, all that stuff is gone. We moved the bed and everything, and we cleared this room out right here. So I'm just documenting this for myself. This is not for YouTube. I'm just recording what we did, so I have something documented. So as you can see, everything's gone. So then I'm gonna show you how the truck looked as well. Just a second. So yeah. So that's when we put the little platform back down, and we like, you know what? We ain't moving that. So back in the house. So this is, I did a video on this. I told you guys I get a lot of stuff from customers. This is a TV. A TV was on that, and she asked us to take it down, and she didn't want the TV, so she gave it to me. I got it right now. It's upstairs in my loft. My kids use it. Free TV. Is my camera following me? Oh, snap. I didn't even know it does that. Oh, wow. That's tight. The camera follows me. I didn't even know it does that. There we go. So, like I said, just a little walk through the house, showing that we got everything. This customer can't say we left anything or nothing like that. All right. And then that's that bed. That bed is in Rosnel's truck. So we're about to take it back to that first house. All right. So this is, once we're done, this is what it looked like. This is the photo that I send the customer. These just showing that we got everything. Oh, I think there was a mirror right here. It was a mirror. That's why I took that photo.
Oh my God.
So this is how Rosnel truck looked. Not a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. That's the fridge that we're taking back to the customer's house, the first house. We're taking it back because it didn't fit. All right, so there it is. That's that fridge. We just switched the other one out. What else we got here? So this is so here's the stuff that we put at the curb. This is before, I told you the pictures are out of order. This is before we came back. So all this stuff, a lot of this stuff was gone. When we came back from the rental property, people had already picked up all this stuff. So this is back at the first house. This is the mirror that came from that bathroom. This is the bed that we took apart. We put it together. Thankfully, the customer had the hardware taped to one of these. That's the bed fully put together. And we did have to carry this upstairs, but I mean, it's like a full-size bed, really like easy work. And that's the 2 twin beds. So we moved it to the other side across the hall and put it together the way the customer wanted it. That's the washer that we got from the rental property. No dryer because obviously we didn't take the gas dryer. And I did install. This includes installation. So we uninstall and install. That's included in the price. Or it could be an extra charge, depending on how you do it. Great job. Easy work. All right, so again, these are the photos that I send the customer. She got all these photos by email. Showed that I installed it, all that stuff. This was extra work. This was not included in the initial job, but she asked if we could take the little, the blinds that go here were already taken down. You guys saw them in the garage. Well, the hooks were still up. So we had to unscrew all the little hooks. You could barely see them. So that's what I'm showing here. We took those down for her. And we put them in these bags right here. Look at that. Outside, nothing. Everything gone. Like 3 things left. Center block, 1 center block, a little stroller, and that 1 bag. Somebody took the other one. That stuff was going. We couldn't even get that stuff out. Who is this? It's a guy chilling right there. Oh, this guy was funny. Bro, I didn't know this was a thing. Do people walk cats? I seen people walk dogs. I've never seen someone walk a cat like on a leash. That's what this guy was doing. He was walking his cat. I thought that was very, I'm not going to say weird because I don't know if that's normal, but I never seen that before. All right, so I'm showing how we took the hooks out. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done. I think it's a little bit more, a couple more slides. Great to have both of these vehicles. You know, I was able to use mine as well as Rosnel's. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't even use my van. I rode with Rosnel. It was no reason to drive two vans. So I think I paid him a little bit more because he drove, even though he drove like 3 miles. I still paid him a little more. So yeah, this is the photo I took. That's all that's left. That's all that's left. All right, and this is that fridge from the first house that wasn't supposed to go here in the first place, but we ended up putting it in here because it fit. So I'm showing that it barely fits. So if the customer had measured in the first place, we would have never had to make 2 trips. But it wasn't a big deal. Like I said, we only drove like 1 mile, so I don't trip on stuff like that. If it was like a 20-mile route, yeah, she would have paid extra for that. Barely fit. So that's that TV that I got for free. I showed y'all that. Always come up on jobs like this.
Leg that you can adjust
Uh-huh.
to make it balance.
Okay.
I can't get it.
I got you.
So I think this is the last slide. Again, as you can see, stuff is disappearing. Stuff is going. So by the time we finish, I think it was like maybe 3 things left. I think this was probably still there. This bed might have been gone. This dresser, I think that disappeared. People be grabbing stuff. So anyways, let me make sure this is the last slide before I end this.
No worries.
Yeah, this is the last slide. All right, so this job paid me $400, and the job took about 3.5 hours. Rosnel made, I want to say he made $450. He got an extra $50. So that is a very fair and reasonable price. We actually could have charged more for the amount of work that we did. But I mean, nothing was hard. It just takes time. It takes time to take a bed apart. Is it hard? No, it just takes time. So when I'm getting paid by the hour, I don't care about how much work it is. I made $400 in 3.5 hours. That's what matters to me. And labor is the best because you're not spending gas. So anyways, this customer is one of my regular clients now. When you do a good job and they trust you, they're going to come back. I told you guys that. That is a fact. And so it's good to have someone like her. She's a real estate agent. But the best part about it is that she recommends other people. So she has a friend that I've helped already. I think I helped 2 of her friends already. So that's another reason why you want to build clients, because she's not always going to need help like this, but she's going to know somebody that does. So that's what it's about. All right. So video long enough. Great earnings. The whole purpose of this video is to show you that I get a lot of work. I can't document every single job. I get a lot of work. I'm showing you how I'm doing the job. So I'm able to do it fast and efficiently, and the type of money you can make. This is it right here. You got to be willing to do this type of work, and you can make crazy amount of money. Crazy amount of money. So anyways, that's it, man. Hope y'all enjoy. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all on the next one.